All right. Happy April 7th, Tuesday morning. Hopefully it's going to be a beautiful day outside, and I hope everyone gets outside. You guys have been working really, really hard. We just have a few days until spring break. So we're going to wrap up today for our first story. So yesterday, and our essential question has been, how do ordinary people play a part in making history? Our standards were focusing on reading and comprehending and connecting to text, citing text evidence, and drawing on text evidence to support and analyze our, to provide analysis, and also to publish with technology. So what we did first is we read, we highlighted, we stopped and we thought, we used our pre-reading strategies of looking at text features. Then we looked at our vocabulary, and you completed the vocabulary page and the comprehension questions. Then we started our graphic organizer, and what you should have done was finish your graphic organizer. If you haven't already finished that, you have plenty of time. Remember, I said I was going to carry over into a little bit into Tuesday, so you're going to go ahead and stop right now and finish your graphic organizer if you hadn't, and then you're going to move on to your extension. So you're going to complete the writing prompt at the bottom of the page, and I'll show you where. You're either going to do it on lined paper, or you can go into Google Docs and type it, or you can also make a Google slide, and you can create 2 slides, one for each paragraph, and you can even pull up some pictures. You guys have done this multiple times. So I gave you the Google Inspire Drive. When you go and you type in Google, it's going to ask you to log in, and this is we're not going to use our Dunnigan 5th grade Inspire anymore because I've changed the password where you can't log in, but that's okay. You're going to use the Inspire Drive. Remember, it's going to say I instead of M because it's the Inspire Drive. And the password to log into it, our password that we used for ours was like password 2020 something or another. Remember, the login for your Inspire Drive is just capital Learn 20 exclamation point. And when you're done, you're going to share it with me, just like you guys have practiced doing so many times. You're going to type in my email address, and you're going to press share. Remember, this is in the top right-hand corner. And it's going to go straight into my inbox. So however you want to do it, you're welcome. You have 3 different ways. You can either type a paragraph, you can make a Google slide and do all the transitions and the cool stuff, or you can just handwrite it on a piece of paper. All right, so what you should have completed now that you're listening to the video is we already did the first paragraph, and then you're going to do the second, or you should have already found at least one example and a text evidence and a text evidence. So you're going to write 2 paragraphs. The key is I want paragraphs, which means 5 to 7 quality sentences explaining how Deborah managed to turn her life into an amazing one as a young woman and later in life. Use details from the selection. We selected text evidence, but you're still going to need to explain and provide analysis. You have to explain how the quote is your evidence. This is really 6th grade level. This is pretty tough. So I'm going to start, I'm going to give you a little bit of an outline to start us off. So we need 2 paragraphs. Now I'm just writing this on the front. You can write it on a blank piece of paper. We always start off a paragraph with a topic sentence. So I'm going to give you the topic sentence for this first one. Deborah Sampson was an ordinary girl who lived in the time of the American Revolution and did extraordinary things. All right, I'm going to pause and let you get our topic sentence written down. Topic sentence. So your first sentence of your paragraph always needs to tell the person what they're going to be reading. All right. Now we had 4 different ideas. You are welcome to write all 4 ideas plus 4 text evidence. That would be fantastic. But I'm just going to do 2. And so I'm going to use our letters that we used from ACE. And I want to remind you what they are. So you're going to answer, cite, explain. Answer, cite, explain. So you might say, she learned to spin and weave. You're going to use your citation. And our citation was, she listened with fascination as she sat at the spinning wheel. And you're going to explain that girls often learn this skill during this time. Then you're going to answer that she also learned to read and write. You're going to cite, she worked hard on the farm and spent her free time learning. And you're going to explain, many people didn't go to school during this time, and this was really special. So I want you to turn your graphic organizer into a paragraph. And if you look, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 sentences. You have your paragraph right there. All right, I'm going to go ahead and give you the topic sentence for number 2. Deborah Sampson was an ordinary, let's change it, became, don't forget to indent. Deborah Sampson became an ordinary woman who did amazing, I didn't want to use extraordinary again because that'd be boring to use the same words. Amazing things to change history. Oops. All right, so I have my topic sentence. Now I asked you to find 2 answers, 2 citations, and then you also have to explain how your citation supports your answer. And you can't just repeat. Don't just restate the quote because that's not your own thinking. It has to be your own ideas. Don't forget that your cites need to go in quotes because if it's not your own words, you can't put it without quotes or they'll think that you're plagiarizing. All right, so we're going to stop here. So your assignment for today, and you don't have to fill the rest of this out. You can go straight into your rough draft and final copy if you'd like to. If you feel like it would help you to write it out in a rough draft using your writing process, that's fine too. But I need 2 paragraphs, and we already have our topic sentences. You already have the answer. You just need to write it as a full thought. You already have the citation. You just need to write it out or type it in. And so really the only new part today is you're adding an explanation. We call that analysis. You're analyzing the quote and explaining how it relates to your answer. All right, and you can choose. You can either use your writing paper, you can type it straight in, or you can use Google Docs. Either way, it does need to be edited for writing conventions. And I gave you a rubric that you can use to help you make sure that all your writing is where it needs to be. And so you can look at each one. Of course, we want you all over here in the 4s. Fully developed ideas, organized with paragraphs and clear thoughts, using strong, precise words. And then on the back, there's the last 3, using complex, big, 5th grade quality sentences, giving me some personality, making it interesting, and then making sure you don't have any errors. So this is what I'm going to be looking at. So this is really your assessment piece for the week, and we're going to do one for each of our kind of reading sections. All right, that's it for today. I'm going to leave you to it. So 2 paragraphs, pretty much you're already about halfway done. You just need to wrap it up. All right, see you all tomorrow, Wednesday. Have a great day.